Hey everybody, welcome into a Wednesday edition of the Computer America Show. We're live and on the air, and we're going to have Dick DeBartolo in hour two, the GizWiz, Mad Magazines. Oh, I got to send them an invite. That's what I didn't do. Can you send them an invite, please?
3 minutes until show time.
You have email in the calendar?
Hold on. Let me get all that stuff here for you. I think he's in the calendar. Hold on. Yeah, Dick at GizWizBiz.com. That's his.
Did you realize you just said that all over the air, right?
Dick at Giz. Oh, yeah, right. Well, that's his public. I think it's his public one anyway. So don't worry.
Okay. I'll make that here in just a second here. Ooh.
Okay.
Do I want that over there? I don't know if I want that over there. I don't want it there either. Where do you have your Mac dock at?
Until showtime.
Say it again?
Where do you have your Mac dock at?
My Mac dock?
The dock on your Mac.
Oh, on the bottom of the screen. I always have it on the bottom. You can put it on the left or right. I don't like it. I just put it. Okay, so anyway, just that hide
it. It's gizwiz.biz, right?
Yes. Yeah. Whatever I said it was it Dick at gizwizbiz.com.
Gizwizbiz.com.
Yeah.
Don't send him spam,
What?
YouTube world.
Yeah.
Gizwiz. Biz. That's interesting to see. Oh, yeah. All right. Invite is now sent.
All right.
1 minute until showtime.
Okay, I'm loading in the stories. This said we'll promote Pro XPN in the bottom of the first hour. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Broadcasting live, it's America's longest-running national radio talk show on computers, Computer America, hosted by national columnist Craig Crossman. Look for Craig's weekly column in your favorite newspaper. This show is being beamed nationwide at ComputerAmerica.com. Keep it here for technology news, computer products, guest interviews, and your phone calls. You're listening to Computer America.
Hello and welcome into the Computer America Show. It's the nation's longest-running, nationally syndicated radio talk show on computers. Computer America is heard around the world and coast to coast. And I am your host, Craig Crossman.
And I am your co-host of this crazy train, Charles Tyndall.
All right, and well, Wednesday, we made it. We made it to Wednesday. I barely made it to Wednesday. Oh, jeez.
What's the day, Craig?
It's a grueling day. It was a grueling day. It's the middle of the week. And,
all right, fine. I'll let you get away with that one.
Thank you.
Just because.
I know.
I'll let you get away with it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Anyway, I haven't had any sleep for the past almost 2 days now, so hopefully tonight I'll be able to get a little snooze. You know, you can't. You know, I found this out. You can't catch up. You can't make up lost sleep by sleeping more. You know, let's say you miss the whole day's evening of sleep, and so the next day you try to sleep more to catch up. You can't catch up. It doesn't work that way.
If somebody told you that you could, they lied to you.
Yeah, so you just got to kind of bounce back slowly. But I think lack of sleep is my kryptonite. I mean, I can get away with a lot of stuff, but if I don't get enough sleep, boy, I'll tell you, it really racks me up over.
I don't know how you sleep during the day. Kind of vampirism. Like, do you have like ridiculously dark, like thick blankets at your house that make your?
We have drapes, yes. I don't know what does. So,
I was like, there's no way.
yeah, we usually get up at around 11 noon, maybe 1, in the afternoon. But then I'm up to 4 or 5 in the morning normally, after we get off the air, doing stuff. So I've always been pretty much like that most of my life. I've always been a night person. My wife is, although had to work and carried on 2 jobs, in her earlier days, she too is a night person. She's up with me and does most of her stuff in the wee hours. I just find that way the phones are quiet. You're not getting interrupted. It's just Jonathan says I need a hibernation chamber. Exactly. I think he's right. Or one of those hyperbaric chambers, just hyper something chamber anyway.
Hyper something.
Yeah, hyper something.
Hyper sleep.
Hyper sleep.
You need to go to hyper sleep.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyhow, welcome into a Wednesday edition of the Computer America Show, and we're gonna start with the computer news, and coming up in hour 2, we've got Dick DeBartolo, the Giz Whiz, the Mad Magazine's maddest writer. Yeah, he writes for Mad Magazine. He's got some of the cool things that he finds on the internet that shares with us, and so we'll be speaking with him in the second hour of the show. And but let me give out the numbers anyway. If you have a comment or a suggestion about anything we're talking about tonight, or even something we're not talking about tonight, but it's tech oriented or related or question, give us a call, 347-884-8881. That's 347-884-8881. We'll get you on and get you through. Email is live, at computeramerica.com. You can also join us in our live interactive add-on chat room. Oh, I just got another Java update notice. Do I have to go through this again? Yeah.
Don't click it. Don't do it, Craig.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Every time I do it, it messes things up for a couple of weeks before everything can catch up.
My Java updates aren't bothering me. Mine are still pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, our live interactive add-on chat room from our homepage at Computer.
Oh crap! Wait, never mind. Java 7 update 60 is now available.
Yeah. Exactly. From our homepage at computeramerica.com, you'll under the first pull-down menu, you'll see chat room and live video, or you can go to the bottom. It says chat room / live video. Either one will take you there, and you'll see our chat room page. And you'll just put in a username. That's a name you'll be known by when you go in there. Click the sign-in button in your Java-enabled browser. On a Windows machine, Mac, Linux, they all work. Will move you into the chat room. And also sharing that same page with our chat room is our new live Computer America video streaming page. And that page is brought to you by Otherworld Computing. Quality products, expert support since 1988. Now celebrating its 25th anniversary. If you have any computer needs whatsoever, if you have you need memory for your Mac, and let's say you have an old one, you have a legacy Mac, they have that memory there at Otherworld Computing. Portable batteries replacements, you get them since 1998 up to the current model. And not only that, with the batteries, they give you installation videos too. They even have their own YouTube channel. Check them out at www.macsales.com. You'll be very happy that you did. They got competitive prices. Again, that excellent support at macsales.com. Check it out, and we will. You'll be glad that you went there. Trust me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that said, I guess we'll do some computer news. All right.
I guess we can do that.
Tonight's computer and technology news is brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. You can visit them at slimwareutilities.com to clean, speed up, and optimize your Windows system for free.
Free!
That's right. Everything at the slimwareutilities.com website is completely free. You don't pay for them. They're the full functioning version. They're free. We use it here at the Crossman household quite regularly, and just download all of them. Use them all. You'll be very happy that you did, and you will thank us for it. slimwareutilities.com.
.com.
.com. Yeah, you like that .com?
It's like Expedia. .com.
What is with that? Yeah, exactly. Anyhow, leading off the story is that it's from CNET. Does more Sapphire production mean larger Apple iPhone? Ooh. A supplier of the scratch-resistant material has upped output, says a researcher, causing some to predict a bigger iPhone. It's a rumored 5.5-inch class iPhone Air could come with a sapphire screen cover. Sapphire production for future Apple products jumped fivefold in April, according to a report from UBS Securities. The research note today is centered on GT Advanced Technologies, which is a sapphire material supplier to Apple. Sapphire is a hard, scratch-resistant material currently used on the iPhone 5s's home button. In theory, it could replace the Gorilla Glass that Apple currently uses for its iPhone. I did not know that iPhone used Gorilla Glass.
They patented it.
I didn't know that was
Why
on.
wouldn't they?
I did not know that. So why, when the pickup truck ran over my son's iPhone 5s, it cracked?
Because it was clearly heavier than an 800-pound gorilla.
Our monthly checks found GT had a very successful month of April at its Arizona Sapphire fab, and estimate it shipped about 1 million 2-inch equivalents of Sapphire to one of Apple's cover screen suppliers. Okay, the note goes on to offer the usual speculation about the material's ultimate destination, the iWatch or the iPhone 6. But they seem to be leaning toward the rumored larger future iPhone, which a recent report out of China claims is going to be called the iPhone Air.
The what?
The iPhone Air.
The newest iPhone.
Yeah, the newest one, the iPhone 6. They say it's going to be called the iPhone Air.
Oh, no.
I don't know. It's a rumor.
Maya Angelou died?
Who?
Maya Angelou.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, poet. If it is possibly all for a larger screen 5.5-inch iPhone 6 in November, we estimate monthly shipments to the single app cover screen supplier need to reach a level of 10 million 2-inch equivalents per month by September to give us more conviction of a successful ramp, he wrote. Apple signed a deal with GT Advanced Technologies back in November. That deal stipulated that Apple provide GT with $578 million in prepayments at an Apple facility in Arizona. GT owns and operates the furnaces that produce the Sapphire. Okay. Also in related news, yesterday Apple was granted a patent for embedded displays, including those made from sapphire material and a liquid metal iPhone chassis. Okay, so there's some of the rumors. The rumor mill is hot on the trail there, and so we'll see.
I don't know. I've seen the new iPhone, and if I don't know. I've got both the iPhone 5s and I've got my Nexus 5 here, and every once in a while I'm like, I need to switch back to my iPhone, because I want to have this feature, I want to have that feature. But then I'm like, I can't commit to the iPhone for just that one feature when this one and this one and this one are so important on my Android,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, man. But I see the Android, the potential, like what they're doing with the new one. It's it might have a bigger screen. It might. Yeah. It's just a gorgeous looking phone if they do it.
Yeah. Well, I was at the hospital today, and I was in the waiting room, and there's a woman who had a Galaxy, a Samsung Galaxy S5. And the guy was sitting next to her, and he says, "Do you like the bigger form factor?" And she said, "Well, yeah." He says, "I'm not a real technology person." He says, "But I sort of like it." And then I said, and that's of course I pulled out my gold iPhone 5S. I said, I like this one better. I think it's. He says, yeah, I like the iPhone too. Okay. So
Well, I mean,
where I
I
go,
like the iPhone. I like the iPhone, but my Android is just capable of so much more.
Yeah.
It just is. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
well, okay. So pick a story.
Give me 1 second here. I'm typing an email, but I know which one I'm going to do already. There we go.
Okay.
I got it here. I was just sending out an email. This one from CNNmoney.com. Half of American adults hacked this year.
Okay.
I think it's more than that, but hackers have exposed the personal information of 110 million Americans, roughly half of the nation's adults, in the last 12 months alone. The massive numbers tallied for CNN Money by Phenom Institute researchers is made even more mind-boggling by the amount of hacked accounts, up to 432 million. The exact number of the exposed accounts is hard to pin down because some companies, such as AOL and eBay, aren't fully transparent about the details of their cyber breaches. But that's the best estimate available when the data tracked by the Identity Theft Resource Center and CNN's own review of corporate disclosures. The damage is real. Each record typically includes personal information such as your name, debit or credit card, email, phone number, birth date, password, security question, and physical address. It's enough to get hunted down by an abusive ex-spouse. It makes you an easy target. It makes you an easy target for scams. And even if you only basic information about you is stolen, that can easily be paired with stolen credit card data, empowering imposters. Cyber attacks are growing so numerous that we're becoming numb to them. Researchers at IT company Unisys, IT company Unisys say we're now experiencing data breach fatigue. Even the most recent numbers make for a dizzying list. 70 million target customers' information, plus 40 million credit and debit card numbers, 33 million Adobe user credentials, plus 3.2 million stolen credit and debit cards, 4.6 million Snapchat users' account data, 3 million payment cards used at Michael's, 1.1 million for Neiman Marcus, a, quote, significant number for AOL's 120 million account holders, potentially all of eBay's 148 million customers' credentials, and shortly. Why does this keep happening?
Charles, what story are you doing? Because I'm looking at all the CNETs on and see where is it a CNET?
It's not CNET. It's CNN Money.
Oh, CNN Money. Okay, I still don't see it.
.com.
Okay. Anyway, you said you.
It is the third one from the top.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
All right.
Also, you're breaking up, so I'm not sure why that's happening. Are you doing some heavy internet usage or something?
Nope, there's no heavy internet usage going on whatsoever.
Okay, just thought I would ask. All right, so please continue, or did you finish the story?
There's more to this story. Let's see. Why does this keep happening? Two things are going on at once. First, we are increasingly moving our lives online. Shopping, banking, and socializing now chief digital endeavors for many people. Stores rely on the internet to conduct all processes and all transactions and all processes and transactions. As a result, your data is everywhere on your phone, your laptop, your work PC, website servers, and countless retailers' computer networks. Second, hacks are getting more sophisticated. Offensive security weapons are numerous and cheap, and hackers have learned to quietly roam inside corporate networks for years before setting off any alarms. Remember the 1990s caricature of the typical hacker? Pierced, goth, and malcontent? Forget it. The age of the small-time ramble-rousing has given way to large-scale theft with targeted militaristic precision. Now attackers are very focused, said the leader of the security division at IBM. There are teams of them, and they create malware to attack specific organizations. It doesn't help that the security of the entire internet relies on a few unfounded volunteers. Thank you for giving me the link back to the previous article that I was featured in. Or that so many people use outdated software such as Windows XP, which no longer receives security updates. That leads to pervasive problems like the Heartbleed bug or the recent Internet Explorer flaw that allowed attackers to take over your computer. It's becoming more acute, said the head of the Phenom Institute. If you're not a data breach victim, you're not paying attention. So get accustomed to the hack of the month in April. That was AOL in May. It was eBay. Who knows what June will bring?
Okay. All right.
I was actually featured in one of the articles that he backed on. That's pretty cool. Where am I? I know my name's in there somewhere. There it is. And
you use Netflix, right?
I do.
Yeah. Well, evidently, according to Wired, the saying that you can let chance decide what to watch with Netflix Roulette. Netflix library of movies and TV shows is massive, so massive it can take the length of the average TV show just to find anything you want to watch. Now, thanks to the internet gods, there's Netflix Roulette, the best new way to make a split-second decision on what to play on the video streaming service. It's like chat roulette, but without the NSFW content. Netflix Roulette takes...
that means not safe for work.
Netflix Roulette takes the eternal question, what am I in the mood for, and automates the answer. All you have to do is choose or don't choose a genre, star rating, director or actor's name, and keyword to indicate whether you're looking for a movie or a TV show or both, and click spin and let luck, or rather an algorithm, take it from there. The site spits out a movie or TV show. That's it. What to watch, dilemma solved. I don't know if I would use this, though.
I'm already using it.
You are? You like it?
I'm going for a spin.
Yeah.
Every Man's War. Netflix rating 3.5. Oregon filmmaker Thad Smith and his screenwriter brother Craig honor their father's life legacy with the independently produced feature about Don Smith's involvement in the famed Battle of the Bulge.
Okay, well...
Wow. It works.
It says, so maybe Netflix Roulette isn't perfect, but if your Netflix queue is, like mine, clogged with stuff you've already seen or will never watch, seriously, stop trying to make boss happen, Netflix. Then Netflix Roulette might be the best new way to choose your next movie or show. I don't know.
It's pretty cool. You give it a spin.
Yeah, I give it a spin. No,
I'm doing some serious spins on here. Oh dear God. I'm not watching that. Might as well turn that one off. Something about Rihanna. There's a lot of there's so much stuff on Netflix. You know what?
I wish they would, at least when you look at a movie, it would say that this is it's a foreign film and it's subtitled. They don't.
It does tell you that.
I don't see it. I haven't looked at it. I've looked at the films. I don't see anywhere where it says it's subtitled.
Ooh, The Untouchables.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good movie. Did you?
Yeah, Netflix Roulette. It's going into my queue right now.
Did you ever see it with Kevin Costner and Sean Connery?
No, but I'm gonna see it tonight.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a very good movie. If you haven't seen that, you should see that.
I'm gonna see it tonight.
Hey, speaking about Facebook trying to be less creepy, evidently there's a story here from Mashable that says, well, Facebook is trying to be less creepy. Okay.
Less creepy.
For the second time in 2 weeks, Facebook has made a concerted effort to be less creepy. Exhibit A, the company's decision last week to make the default for new users friends instead of public. Okay? So, Exhibit B, on Tuesday, Facebook began downplaying passive updates from third-party apps. That means there will be fewer instances of updates such as, Todd is listening to this Starland vocal band on Spotify clogging up your newsfeed. Okay? As enhancements go, these are pretty minor, really minor actually in the first instance. Facebook could have made a much bigger strides against creepiness if it made the friends setting the default for everyone and notified them of this. Changing the setting for new users is a tacit acknowledgement that such newbies, who are these people just signing up anyway, never noticed their default settings. So Facebook was, in effect, taking advantage of their naivete. The passive updates announced was also a half measure at best. Notice Facebook didn't say it was getting rid of such updates. It will merely show fewer of them in your news feeds. Still, in the first example, money was at stake. Twitter may be a fly on Facebook's elephantine corpus these days, but insiders say Facebook is genuinely perplexed at Twitter's ability to shore up the market for real-time advertising in a year or so. Facebook has scrambled to catch up with hashtags and trending topics. While the company hasn't released any stats, it's safe to say that most aren't using Facebook to comment on live events the way they do on Twitter. Clearly, Facebook has calculated that it wasn't worth putting mammon ahead of the user experience. That's good because the company hasn't always reached the same conclusion. Remember Beacon? Initiated in 2007, Beacon helped let your friends know when you bought something online. After a lawsuit, Facebook shut Beacon down, and Zuckerberg admitted it was a mistake. Then in 2011, the Federal Trade Commission stepped in to force Facebook to get permission from users before it shared information with advertisers. Well, since Facebook is a free service, it's a fair trade-off that the company uses some of our information to run ads and pay bills. The problem is that we don't like being reminded of that. That's the problem with the new ads running in the news feed. When people say they're creeped out by Facebook these days, they're often referring to those internet-based ads which Facebook has run since last October. Such ads are based on your browsing history, so if you were checking out a bicycle, you would start seeing ads for that model in your news feed. If this creeps you out, don't blame Facebook. Twitter's doing the same thing, and Google has done it for years. Neither are evil nor creepy for taking this approach. They're just trying to figure out an ad model that works. Okay, I mean, TV advertisement used to follow a similar path. The result had been a contract with the viewer. We'll let you watch this for free, but you must sacrifice time to ingest some commercial messages. Viewers didn't necessarily like the deal, but they accepted it. Facebook is working out something similar, but the primary variable is privacy, not time. Either way, despite the high-flown rhetoric about the wonder of sharing, the nature of your relationship with Facebook is transactional. You may not love what Facebook ends up with, but it will be the scientific point at which the company can maximize your value to advertisers without making you flee the site. Okay, so there you go. Facebook's trying to be less creepy.
Not possible. They're Facebook. Facebook's just creepy. Just face it. Get it? Face the fact that Facebook is creepy.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. From TechCrunch.com, Apple now makes apps for other mobile platforms, which could be huge for the future of media. Apple became something more with the Beats acquisition today. Oh dear God, no.
Yeah, they got it.
Oh, crap. A multi-mobile platform developer, at least for the time being. The company will continue to operate Beats Music on Android and for Windows phones. Apple CEO Tim Cook tells the Financial Times' Tim Bradshaw following the acquisition. While Apple has offered iTunes for Windows in the past, it marks the first time that an app it runs, even through a subsidiary, will be available on a rival mobile OS. Apple says it's all about the music when addressing this change of practice, and it marks a departure that could become very significant as we think about what this deal means for the future of digital media. The Apple acquisition of Beats is said to be primarily about the streaming service. According to a source familiar with the deal, the Beats brass team will be reporting to Eddie Q, we're told, that provides lots of support for the theory that Beats will help in part to transition iTunes from digital downloads to streaming-based economy. What's most interesting here, however, is that Apple has secured a multi-platform foothold in streaming, one that iTunes Match didn't really help it to achieve, especially with regards to the mobile ecosystem. Apple might still champion and make the vast bulk of its money on iOS and the iPhone, but if it wants to continue to dominate digital music and meet the media industry for the next decade in the same way it has the last, it needs to look further afield.
Okay.
Let's see. And that's pretty much the end of that article.
Yeah, I think so.
I cannot believe this. They bought
Beats.
Well, Dr. Dre is even more freaking rich than he was, and he didn't make any headphones that mattered.
Yeah.
That just it irritates me, honestly. I'm like, I want to get paid billions of dollars just to $3 billion.
Wow.
Holy God. Apple bought Beats Electronics for $3 billion.
Wow.
$3 billion.
Well, they can afford it.
They've got, oh man. I'm just amazed. Like, have you even used any of these Beats audio headphones?
No, I have not.
They suck. The only reason that they're popular is because Dr. Dre did them. That's the only reason, because a mainstream rapper said these are cool. You know, it's just like, my God, man.
I think more interesting is Apple is trying to change the iTunes to streaming rather than downloading the actual song. Which would you prefer? When you buy a song, don't you just want to own it and have the actual file as opposed to just being able to stream it whenever you want?
I don't want it cluttering up the storage space on my mobile device. I'm totally okay with streaming.
Yeah, but on your computer though.
Not even on my computer. I don't think I have since the advert of Google Play Music, and iTunes Cloud. I have not had a lick of music stored on my machine that I didn't have to.
Well, it's sort of like with me and DVDs. I mean, ask me how many DVDs that I actually own. I think that you can count them on two hands. I mean, I for the most part, when I want to watch a movie, I'll either stream it or watch it a video on demand, and I rarely go back. Now, one of the reasons why I do like some DVDs is because when I really, really like a movie, I like they'll have extra content on it about the making of the film, behind the scenes stuff. They'll have that, and then I find interesting to watch. But how often can you watch it? After you've seen it, it's pretty much there, and then it sits on your shelf.
Yeah, I don't buy DVDs either. My wife is huge on Blu-ray and buying the discs from Disney. I'm like, seriously? Rent it. Like, you can instantly rent it. There's no more need for Redbox anymore. Done.
Yeah, I have a friend who is a doctor who collects DVDs. I mean, his basement or room is just filled with shelves after shelves after shelves of DVDs. It's not all. I guess Blu-rays. He collects them. I felt like saying, how often? When was the last time you actually pulled one of these and watched them? They're just like collecting dust. I think it's something that's gone by. I don't think that really in today's world they really need to do that anymore. Hey, we're coming up next. We got more news stories for you here, including another processor switch. Apple is rumored to use the same chip for iOS and MacBook Air. We'll be talking about it. Google is going to build a prototype of a truly driverless car. Those stories and more coming up. This is the Computer America Show on the Boost Radio Network, on the Blog Talk Radio Network, the IRN Radio Network. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hey everyone, have you heard about the No hair removal device that's sweeping the globe? If you want to go weeks without shaving and get smooth, professional quality results, here's our favorite host, Cheryl, for No hair removal.
Thanks. Hey gals, I love talking about my No. It's this cute little hair removal system that you can take with you and use almost anywhere at home or on the road. No more expensive in-office treatments, painful waxing, and no more wasting your valuable time. Got unwanted facial hair? No has patented Thermocon technology that works on all hair and skin colors, so it's perfect for using on all body parts. And now you can take advantage of this incredible risk-free trial. Get the No, the facial kit, a travel case, and a $100 discount shopping card, and you don't risk a penny to try it. Try the incredible No hair completely risk-free. Call 1-800-953-5415. That's 800-953-5415. 800-953-5415.
Looking for a best friend? Brother Wolf Animal Rescue has your best friend waiting just for you. The mission is to protect and enhance the lives of companion animals and the people who love them. Their no-kill rescue shelter is open year-round, making it easy for people to adopt their best new friend. This year, Brother Wolf will find homes for over 2,400 orphan dogs, puppies, cats, and kittens. All have ended up as an orphan through no fault of their own. Brother Wolf has created a safe, nurturing environment where these special animals can heal emotionally and physically until they find a lifelong home. Their life-saving transport program brings dogs and puppies from overcrowded shelters in the south to rescues in the north where homes are easier to find. Brother Wolf Animal Rescue is a 501c3 organization. To learn more about their life-saving work and to make a donation, visit their website at www.bwar.org. That's www.bwar.org. Help to realize Brother Wolf's vision when no animal is euthanized for lack of a home.
Who's a good boy?
Hello, this is Marty Winston for Computer America with a News Tips Bulletin review of the Netgear AT&T Unite Pro. I have to say, the idea of a Wi-Fi hotspot based on a cell service connection did not at first seem to be a great idea. Then our AT&T Share plan bumped us up to 10 gigabytes per month. And at the same time, we got pitched by the PR agency to review their smartphone-size AT&T Unite Pro device built by Netgear. A few things came to mind. We can use it on car trips to connect our tablets, when walking in cities to keep Wi-Fi searches from draining our handset batteries. And I can use it at trade shows when casino lobby connections are a gamble. The Unite Pro is a dual band unit, dual Wi-Fi bands. So higher bandwidth options are available than with many single band units, and it supports connections among up to 15 devices. Our biggest challenge was a screwy touchscreen. Using a fine point stylus, a rubber stylus, and fingertips, it took more than 150 keystrokes to get the 18 characters we wanted to appear, but user entry is rare with this device. Its internal battery means that you can connect its micro USB charging port to a car's USB adapted 12-volt plug, and it can keep running after you turn the car off. Bottom line, the Netgear AT&T Unite Pro gives us high Wi-Fi bandwidth for lots of gear in places that are otherwise Wi-Fi deprived. This is Marty Winston at the News Tips Bulletin for Computer America.
Oh, that button, darn it. And thank you for that, Marty. I'm still kind of getting used to that. The modem thing, the modem dial at the beginning kind of freaks me out.
You don't want to. That's just an interesting tech music bed that I got that I thought was kind of.
Well, I mean, for me, it's just like I keep expecting to look up and be like, oh wait, hold on a second. There's a modem dialing somewhere, and it's an old modem. Well, something's broken here. Anyway,
I can change the music, if you want.
No, leave it. It's okay. It's just it calls my attention.
Okay.
It commands me to respond.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to get in on this conversation, you want to talk to me or Craig or Craig's webcam firewall there, give us a call, 347-884-8881. That number again, 347-884-8881 will get you on and get you through. Or shoot us an email live at computeramerica.com or visit us over on computeramerica.com in our live interactive add-on chat room, just above which is our live video feed of the show, where mostly me and whatever it is that I end up doing around the office. It's brought to you by the folks over at Other World Computing. These guys ready? Yeah. Yep. Great stuff from great people for your Mac-loving ability. Visit them at macsales.com. Which reminds me, did you talk to them about us getting any sort of discount?
No, I did. Today I was completely hospital day. I'll try. I do have a conference call with them tomorrow, though. Okay.
Fail.
Now again, I know you're at your office. I know you have all these internet processes in the background and everything. And sometimes you're smooth, clear, everything. But every once in a while, you'll get like this, where you're just things are really, really broken up. And do you have something running that you might not be aware of that's interfering with your internet connection?
No, I'm pretty sure I don't. I'm pretty sure everything that I've got running, I am aware of, and there is.
Okay, well, I just thought I'd mention because most days you're smooth and clear, and then once in a while we'll get a day like this where it's just nothing. It just seems to be very, very pixelated. But okay.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
Nothing. Wait, what's pixelated? You're saying my video's pixelated?
It was momentarily. Not just this moment cleared up, but something's interfering.
Are you sure you don't have anything running?
Yes, I'm positive I don't have anything running. I absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so we're doing computer technology news brought to you by Slimware Utilities. But before we get into that, you were going to tell us a little bit about ProXPN?
Oh, no, I thought we were going to have a conversation about ProXPN.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess we could do that. If you guys are, we did that story earlier about all the Americans getting hacked. Half of America getting hacked. One way to actually prevent yourself from getting hacked and prevent a whole lot of fun things from happening is to handle your anonymity a little different than just going out there and throwing stuff on social media. I mean, it takes a little conscious thought to not be so social, so forthcoming with information. One of those ways you can do it is you can actually prevent websites from tracking you using tools like a VPN or one like the one offered by ProXPN. What it does is it strips out all of your personal information, so it's not as easy for an attacker or for anybody running a malicious website to trace it back to you. So if you're really worried about Big Brother monitoring and stooping, check out ProXPN.com and look into getting a little bit more anonymous online.
Yeah, and we have a special offer here at Computer America for ProXPN. If you use the code COMPAM, C-O-M-P-A-M, you get an additional 20% off any membership that they offer. And once you do, that's good forever, just not for the one time. So if you go for the yearly plan, that's less than $5 a month. Look, ProXPN is one of the best VPNs around that we've tried, and we want you to use it, and that's why we made this special deal with it. If you go to ComputerAmerica.com, go to our homepage, you'll see right there on the homepage it says click here for a special limited offer, and then you click anywhere on that page that comes up, the special offer page. It'll take you right to the ProXPN website where we have the offer, and take advantage of it while you can. Okay, it's ProXPN. Again, one of the best VPNs out there. Again, it's extremely cool the way it works. All kinds of features. It's fast. Yes, you can get it for free, but go for the premium version because it's so much better, so much faster. ProXPN.com, and don't forget to use the special code COMPAM. Okay. So Charles and I are doing computer and technology news brought to you by Slimware Utilities, and this story from iPhone Life says another processor switch. Apple is to use the same chip for iOS and MacBook Air? Question mark. Well,
damn.
What?
Well, I just realized what the potential glitch is.
Oh, what is it?
I'm on my VPN.
Okay. Well, then maybe that's it. Can you get yourself off of that?
Let's see what happens when I do this.
Clunk. Okay. If you disappear, you have to come back.
For it.
Okay.
Is everything working fine? Then I guess we're okay.
Yeah. Apple has switched processors before. Apple switched Macs from the original Motorola 68000 series of CPUs. Remember those? Wow. To the Power PC. Remember that? RISC, reduced instruction set computing chip. And later to Intel's x86 family made popular by Windows. But it was not without controversy, and they had compelling reasons to do so, such as performance and availability. As if by clockwork, there is another rumor that Apple might do it again, this time with the ARM chip used in their iOS product line. Apparently, according to Apple Insider, Apple is testing a MacBook Air type device running with an ARM chipset. There are some reasons to make this plausible. One chipset could be easier to develop for. Okay, if iOS and macOS are ever to merge, or if macOS is phased out, then a universal hardware platform would be helpful. The ARM chips are more battery friendly, and now that they support 64-bit processing, they can do most of what the Intel chips do, though perhaps not as much in terms of graphics. On the other hand, Switching away from Intel could cause problems. Macs can run Windows natively via Boot Camp or as a virtual machine thanks to Parallels, VMware, VirtualBox, and other mechanisms. Many have said that Apple makes the best Windows PCs, in fact. Get that? Apple makes the best Windows PCs. Look at that.
They make pretty good hardware.
Yeah, this compatibility advantage could go away with a new CPU. Speaking as an app developer, porting apps to a new chip could be a hassle. Apple's App Store could make the process easier, much the way that users can search for iPad apps versus iPhone. Apple could have a filter for ARM versus Intel apps. Apple might not want to alienate Intel, either, who is a partner with technology like Thunderbolt. Hitching Apple's wagon to a single CPU also limits their options. If the ARM chip can't keep up with Intel in the future, okay, I agree with them. I don't think they should switch away from Intel. I think that they maintain their compatibility and with all these different products. Ultimately, options may be exactly the point. By testing ARM-based Macs, Apple keeps their options on the table and ensures Intel has to keep delivering and offers Tim Cook flexibility in the future. Perhaps Intel could be reserved for desktop iMacs and Mac Pro devices, but future MacBook Airs could be ARM-based. Since Apple controls the Mac OS App Store, it would be easier to restrict such a MacBook Pro to only run apps from that store, similar to Microsoft Surface Pro and Surface RT. Yeah, that was a real winner. Maybe the device being tested is ultimately going to be an iPad Pro with a clamshell keyboard plus touchscreen design. Who knows? We can't give too much credence to these rumors. So basically, it's good to see Apple experimenting, and indeed, the real surprise would be if they didn't have such a skunkworks project. I think that switching away from Intel would be a bad move on Apple, and I think that this is just pie in the sky stuff. I don't think it's going to happen.
You don't think they're going to come up with a
no
an iPad Pro or a?
Well, yeah, but they'll use the ARM chipset where they are, but it's still still using Intel chips. I think is the smartest way for them to stay. They shouldn't change that. That's my opinion.
I don't know. I mean, they've made a name for themselves with the chips that they've got in them, and the chips are working. I don't know why they would do it unless they were going after something faster, or trying to keep up with the Android platform. And I think the closer these two technologies begin to converge, now it's going to be you can suddenly run Android on an iPad, yay!
But then, I don't think they need to do that, quite frankly.
Well, they'll converge the closer they get. I mean, that's the only reason why Android won't run on an iDevice is because of the processing and the architecture built into it.
You say like that that's a bad thing.
What? Why an iPad won't run Android?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
I don't know. You think it's a bad thing?
I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think we just need more. Android companies need to come out with more. Premium hardware on everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
They like if they came out with an iPad quality build that ran a version of Android that was specifically written for that device, it would smoke. The problem with Android is it did the Microsoft thing where it can be put on as many devices as possible. Like the best experience with Android you will ever find is on one of these Nexuses, because this device was built for Android. It was designed to work best with Android, and that's the problem. Like you get all these other devices, Android is molded or attempted to get to work as best as it can. iOS runs like a hot knife through butter on every Apple device because it was written for that device.
By the way, that did it. I mean, your video is now smooth and clear, so I guess make a little mental note that when you go in, not to use that particular VPN that you're using, because you're completely smooth, and that did it.
No VPN while doing the show, God.
So getting back to the program, the news stories here. This from TechCrunch. A mystery new iMac models are caught lurking in a pooled OS X beta. The story goes on to say, if you're looking to grab yourself a new iMac, sometime really soon, you might want to wait a few more weeks. Really. Based on details left lurking in the latest beta of OS X Mavericks, it looks like an iMac hardware refresh is looming.
Oh, time for Craig to upgrade.
Yeah, really. It's getting close. Absolutely. So basically, they found some code in the internals of OS X Mavericks, and they found an Apple fan spotted references to up to 3 hereto unseen iMacs, and there remain 3 new versions. Okay, and they go they're saying the only current released iMac models, the 14.1, the 14.2, and the 21.5 inch and the 27-inch models, respectively, have ever been listed. Now, evidently, they're finding details of there might
32-inch model.
Possibly, I don't know. Curiously, as 9 to 5 Mac points out, the Mavericks beta seems to have been pulled now, just 4 hours after it was released, and very shortly after word of the iMac listing started spreading. Okay. If Apple has 3 new iMacs tucked up its sleeve, they probably won't be hidden up there for long. The Worldwide Developer Conference, where Apple generally debuts wares like this, is just 5 days away. So that's going to be a big event. By the way, I always watch the keynote at Apple, what they have it there. It's always a lot of fun to watch. And I'm still waiting, though, for news on an iWatch. Now, that may happen this time, but I'm slowly giving up the hope that I'm going to have an iWatch in the immediate future. If they don't announce an iWatch this time, I may have to go for the Moto 360, because that's a nice looking watch. It looks like a real watch, and very pretty to look at. And when it's in some of its modes, it looks like an actual watch. It's actually a very pretty to look at watch. So it's one that I might go for, and we'll just have to wait and see. I can wait a couple more weeks to see if that's going to actually happen. But I need to get a watch. I'm a watch guy. What can I say?
You don't need watches.
Yeah.
Watches? We don't need no stinking watches.
Yeah. I mean, really, I think that. I'm getting tired of looking at my wrist every time I want to and have to reach my phone. I'm just, it's too ingrained. I've had it ever since. I have worn watches ever since I can remember, and I like them. And I said the Moto 360 looks like a nice watch, so I might actually go for that.
Moto 360.
You see, remember, it's the little watch. Looks like it's round and
yeah, it's an Android watch.
Yeah, but it works. It'll work with the phone, the iOS.
It's an Android watch.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to use it for the interfacing to my phone in a big way. I just want a nice looking watch, and that looks like a nice one, and it doesn't look too expensive. Does not look too expensive. Okay. Anyway, Charles and I are doing computer and technology news, brought to you by Slimware Utilities. And do you have a story for us, Charles?
I do.
Okay.
CNNMoney.com, Target pins e-commerce hopes on Tech Dream Team. Fortune, Target has created a digital advisory council made up of 4 outside tech leaders, with one goal: to shorten the time it will take for the discount chain to catch up to the competition in the e-commerce war. Target, still facing a consumer backlash after the biggest data breach ever against a retailer last year, has been far slower than rivals like Walmart stores and Macy's to embrace e-commerce, depriving it of the biggest spot in the retail landscape. The company doesn't break out online sales, but analysts estimate it makes up less than 2% of sales. Less than 2% of sales. In contrast, Walmart e-commerce last year hit the $10 billion mark for just under 4% of U.S. sales, and Walmart's web sales grew 27% in the first quarter of the current year. Thank you, Target, for all of your stupidity. Retailers have invested heavily in the last few years to integrate their store operations and their e-commerce to facilitate what the industry calls omni-channel shopping. That, for instance, allows retailers to fill an online order from inventory in stores to speed up delivery, or give customers options such as the ability to reserve items online and pick them up in store. It has been a boon for everyone from Macy's to Walmart to Best Buy. Now Target wants a bigger piece of the pie. The first members of the Target's digital council will be A.J. Agrawal, a managing director at venture capital firm Bain Capital. Shouts out to, what's the guy's name? Who's it? Shout out to Mitt Romney. Yeah. Amy Chang, CEO of a company and previous head of Google Analytics. Roger Lero, technology chief of travel site Orbitz Worldwide, and Sam Yagen, CEO of dating site operator Match Group and founder of OkCupid. The group will meet quarterly with Casey Carl, the Target executive overseeing omni-channel operations. We want to go faster, Carl said in a statement. The creation of the council comes on the heels of Target naming a new CIO to oversee its technology and cybersecurity. I wish they had named Charles Tendell, but they didn't. It's okay. Target's failure to prevent the breach, which cost Greg Stanfield his job as CEO this month, earned it the scorn of proxy advisory firm Institutional Shareholder Services, which urged shareholders to vote against 7 out of 10 of Target's board nominees, and to vote in favor of separating the CEO and chairman jobs. CFO John McGlynn currently serves as interim CEO and president. It appears that failure of the committees to ensure the appropriate management of these risks set the stage for the data breach, which has resulted in significant losses to the company and its shareholders, said IIS, which advises large investors on how to vote on corporate issues. Target's annual shareholder meeting takes place June 11th. Okay. Hackers got access to about 40 million credit and debit card records and 70 million other records of customers' details late last year.
Okay, all right. I have no comment on that story because it's mostly names of people that doesn't mean anything to me. But you know what does mean something to me is Google is going to be building a prototype of a truly driverless car. Yes. According to the story, Google plans to launch onto city streets a small fleet of subcompact cars that could operate without a person at the wheel. Did you see the picture of this thing? I
did. It looks like one of those little play school toys.
Yeah, it's very cute. Very cute. Actually, the cars wouldn't even have a wheel or a gas and brake pedal. The company says the vehicles will use sensors and computing power with no human needed. Wow. Google hopes that by this time next year, 100 of the two-seaters will be on public roads following extensive testing. The cars would not be for sale and instead would be provided to select operators for further tweaking and have limitations such as a 25-mile-per-hour top speed. The announcement presents a challenge to automakers that have been more cautious about introducing fully automated driving and to government regulators who are scrambling to accommodate self-driving cars on public roads. Other companies are working on technology, but none as large as Google has said its intent to put such cars in the hands of the public so soon. To date, Google has driven hundreds of thousands of miles on public roads and freeways in the Lexus SUVs and Toyota Priuses outfitted with special sensors and cameras, but with a safety driver in the front seat, those vehicles were not truly self-driving. Okay, instead of the standard controls, the prototypes would have buttons to begin and end the drive. Passengers would set a destination. The car would then make turns and react to other vehicles and pedestrians based on computer programs that predict what others might do and data from sensors including radar and cameras that read in real time what other objects are actually doing. The route might be set by typing a destination to a map or using spoken commands. Would you get into one of these cars?
No, I'm too big for that car.
No, but I mean, really, would you Would you be?
I would love a self-driving car on like the highway. You know, like from here to Denver, a commute that size, just getting into it and just and I'm good because there's no sharp turns, there's no real need for stuff. I wouldn't trust it inner city because there's too many idiots inner city, but on the highway I probably would.
I don't know. You know, I could see the self-driving car if I'm behind the wheel, you know, and then I turn it over. But at a moment's notice, you know, I could grab the wheel and I could, you know, I could override what it was doing. You know, I could do that. But I'm still very uncomfortable, you know, getting into one. I would have to see more data on it. We got less than 4 minutes. I just want to mention you quickly. Well, we have one. We got Dick DeBartolo coming up in the second hour of the show, and we got some great stories here. I just want to encourage all of you to head over to ComputerAmerica.com and check out our contest page. It's right under our first pull-down menu, and you'll see all the contests we're doing. We have our show reminder winner of the week. That's every Friday. All you have to do is subscribe to our weekly email newsletter. You just put your first and last name and email address, click the blue submit button. It'll send you a confirmation email to which you must reply, and once you're done, every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, you'll get the show reminder. It's the only publication in the universe that talks about who's going to be on the show, and, you know, what guests are going to be on the program for the entire week. And also, when you subscribe, your name gets put on a list of names that gets drawn from every Friday. We draw a winning name from that list of subscribers, and the current prize we're giving away every Friday is the Logitech T650 rechargeable glass touchpad, valued at $80. Okay, beautiful touchpad. You can see it all on our contest page. You can see the images. You can go to the actual page and see more about it. And the other contest, of course, is our Logitech contest, where we give away not one, not two, but 3 great prizes. The Logitech HD webcam C310, valued at $50. The Logitech G400S gaming mouse, valued at $60. And again, the grand prize, the Logitech UE600 noise isolating earphones, valued at $120. So enter in all of our contests. They're real simple to do, really. And you know, all the information that you send is completely confidential. It's private. We give it out to no one. The only time we give them out your contact info is that if you win. So we'll send them that so they can mail you your prize, but that's it. Then we throw it all out, and we start the contest again. So head over to our contest page at ComputerAmerica.com, enter in all of our contests. You'll have a lot of fun doing so. And who knows, you know, you might win something really, really nice. Yep. All right, coming up in hour 2, as I said, Dick DeBartolo, the Giz Wiz, Mad Magazine's maddest writer. He's got some really fun stuff to talk about. Including a power strip that can blend into your hardwood floors. It's like camo. It's just really cool stuff that he finds. Also, the world's stickiest grab pad. He's got some really fun stuff. You can follow along with this. Go to gizwiz.biz and click on the banner that says Computer America, non-paid lackey fun on Computer America, and you can follow along on all the stories that we're going to be doing with Dick in the next hour of the Computer America show. Okay. Also, we've got Marty Winston. He's doing he's the editor of the News Tips Bulletin. You heard the first one about the AT&T controller that turns you into a hotspot. Marty's going to come back with another one about headsets, and we do 2 of his News Tips Bulletins here on the Computer America show. We do 2 a week now. And we seem to be settling into that, and it's working out really nice. So sit back and relax for another hour of the Computer America show. You're listening to us live on the Blog Talk Radio Network, on the Boost Radio Network, on the IRN Radio Network. Dick DeBartolo is with us now, and we'll be joining with him when we come back. This is the Computer America show. Stay with us. We will be right back. Just a few moments. Don't go anywhere.
Broadcasting live. It's the only national radio talk show on computers to air every weeknight. Computer America. Hosted by national columnist Craig Crossman. The first hour's behind us, but there's still more of tech news, tech talk, and your phone calls. We're being beamed nationwide at ComputerAmerica.com. You got computer problems? Bring them on. You're listening to Computer America. Computers run the world, and we run computers. Call us or send us an email to live@ComputerAmerica.com.
Hello and welcome into Hour 2 of the nation's longest-running, nationally syndicated radio talk show on computers. This is the Computer America Show, and I'm your host, Craig Crossman.
And I'm your co-host, Charles Tyndall.
And we are in the second hour of the show, and let's introduce our guest. He's known as the Giz Wiz. He's also Mad Magazine's maddest writer. Dick DeBartolo is mad about gadgets, and he's here to share some of them with us tonight. Dick is an official Computer America correspondent who appears here on the show every last Wednesday madness of the month. Dick, welcome into Computer America. How the heck are you?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Oh, we're doing well. That's fine.
Why do I see a black box? I never see your picture.
Yeah, see?
Charles is brave. He shows
You never see it.
Yeah, I am working diligently to get this thing fixed.
Yeah, Botox and a nip and tuck here and there, and then you'll be ready.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're just gonna a little bit more, and then we'll be ready for.
See, thank you, Dick, for giving him crap just like I do.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
This is me, Craig. Poke, poke, poke. You guys want to get in on the conversation and make fun of Craig and his webcam firewall?
Mm-hmm.
Call us.
Now, the other thing is that you can watch everything that we're talking about here. You can watch us, of course, on the live Computer America video streaming page brought to you by Otherworld Computing. Visit them at maxsales.com. Or what you can do is you can just go to our homepage at computeramerica.com, and you can just, under the second pull-down menu, you'll see it says Friends of the Show. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see Dick DeBartolo, and you just click on that, and that will go to the special Computer America page that Dick has set up for us. It's gizwiz.biz, and just click on the banner that says Non-Paid Lackey Fun on Computer America, and you can see everything that we're going to talk about tonight. Starting off with this really unusual power strip.
Gesundheit. Yes, it is called Invisiplug Deluxe, and I talked about Invisiplug last year, right after the hardware show, and since then they've come out with the new deluxe version. So basically what they are, they have three of them, and they're wood-grained power strips. They do a light natural wood, a medium cherry, and dark oak, and these are like photographed finishes. They're not actual wood. But what's great about them is that if you have wood floors or wood baseboards, if you buy a power strip, it's usually white or beige, and it just screams out, "I'm a power strip." So this is the way to have a power strip and have it blend in with its surroundings. The newer model adds two 2.1 volt USB charging ports. It adds two LED lights, one to tell you that it is indeed a grounded outlet that you're plugged into, and the other LED tells you that the surge protector is working. The original one without those features is still on sale. That is now down to $16 on Amazon, and the new Invisiplug Deluxe is $24.99 on Amazon. And these two guys who invented it, I only ran into Brian at the show. They had great success because they appeared in January on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
And they got someone there, Lori from QVC, who invested $125,000 in their company, and they told me that things are moving along really well for them.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. It's a very clever idea.
And it truly is a sign of the times, where we're seeing more and more devices in cars and power strips and everything with USB connections.
Yes, and it's great because here, you have the power strip anyway, and now with having two USB ports, that eliminates a lot more plugs and wires that you normally would have.
Yeah.
Back, directly to the wall. Now you can. I actually have one of those power strips here, and I use the charging ports all the time.
And we're finding more cell phones today are now. Remember how cell phones always had their own little proprietary plug-in.
Yes.
And now most all of them are using the micro USB. And of course then you can just you can use just about any standard USB plug or the little plug that converts a standard USB into an AC outlet. And,
yes. And you know what else? I forgot what device I got that has the new USB 3.0. The kind of that two-part weird plug.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there thinking, oh no, I didn't bring the adapter with me. And then I'm looking at it and I said, is it humanly possible that it still takes the regular USB plug? And indeed it does. It charges a little bit slower, but if you have a USB 3 device that you want to plug into and you don't have the USB 3.0 connector, which is larger and longer and it has a wide section and a little section, a regular micro USB plug will work on it. So I was surprised to find my phone still charged perfectly.
Backward compatible.
Yeah, exactly. And
of course, the new USB ports that are going to be coming out, they're going to be like the Lightning connector. It won't matter which way you put it in. There's no wrong way of putting it in.
Yes, that's good too.
I think that is kind of convenient to finally come up with something like that. Of course, it took Apple to do it first.
Yes. Well, I already had my own system.
Are we talking about OS X again?
Yes. No, we're talking about the Lightning connector.
Okay.
No, the way to always get it. Say again.
Isn't the Lightning connector an Intel thing? It's an Apple.
No,
it came from Intel.
No, the Lightning connector is an Apple invention. You're thinking of Thunderbolt.
Okay.
That's Intel. Thunderbolt and Thunderbolt 2 are both Intel, but the Lightning connector is an Apple innovation.
Yeah. No, USB. The way to always plug it in is to hold up your device, hold up the USB cable, start to plug it in the way you think it should go, and then just flip it over, and then you have it right.
Yeah.
If you
Why
put
is
it in,
that?
I know. Isn't it amazing? You always say, oh, I know it goes in this way, and it doesn't. So now I just say, I know it goes in this way, and I turn it 180, and it fits.
Although
There's something optically crazy about the way it just looks wrong when you put it in, but it turns out to be correct.
some cables have a little logo on the upside of the cable, so you plug it in with where you can see the logo.
Yes.
And that goes in correctly. That works with a lot of them with the USB cable. So that's something, but
that helps.
That does help. Yeah, but you're right. It's a 50-50 chance you might have it right if the cable or the connector doesn't have a logo printed on it, which signifies which way is the way face up. Then it's 50-50 chance, and 9 times out of 10 you have it the wrong way.
That is correct. That is correct.
That is. Okay. So let's move on to this next device. It's called the world's stickiest grab pad.
Yeah, this is kind of neat. And what's neat about this, there are a lot of these grab pads on the market. As a matter of fact, when I walked by the booth, the guy said, "You want to see the grab pad?" And I said, unless there's something really different about it. And he said, "Well, we call it the world's stickiest." And he's put his phone on it, and then he turned it upside down, so his phone was hanging upside down from the grab pad, and it didn't fall off. And he said, "Here, put your hand on it." It is a very sticky grab pad. And I was showing it. I actually did something on ABC with it, and one of the people there said, "The one I have in my car, I just put my coins on it, and at the first red light, if I stop a little bit short, everything comes flying off the grab pad." So she said, I can tell you now, it's not going to happen with this one because it is way sticky.
But it leaves no residue?
It leaves no residue, yeah. I put it on the news desk and then peeled it up just to show you that there was no residue left. It's in Bed Bath & Beyond, $7.99. But if you go to the company website, at least a couple of days ago, it was selling at the company website for $5.99.
Now, it's made from soybean oil. Which
it doesn't feel oily, and you can't cook with it, but that's what they do say. It's made from
and they're calling it a military-grade product. It's absorbed shock.
It's thick, and it is, certainly thicker than any of the others I've seen, and certainly stickier. And I think the thickness is going to add to the ability for it to cushion shocks.
Cushion shocks, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, you're right, because most of the ones that I've seen, basically, if you tilt it more than a 45-degree angle, it
goes falling off. Absolutely.
That's kind of cool. All right. And given today's, technology gadgets that we carry around with us, that would kind of just throw this up on the dashboard and it's going to stick, and that is kind of nice. Okay. LED lights are really coming into their own these days. I mean, I just got an LED flashlight for review. I mean, this is it's one of the most powerful flashlights that I have ever seen.
Who's it from?
Extreme.
Oh yeah, okay. Extreme, yeah.
Really, really nice, and it's a nice looking one too, and it's well designed, very high tech flashlight. And it's all LED lights. They've really gotten the technology down pat. And this next item is no exception. This is a handy magnetic mini LED light from Honeywell.
Yes, this is very clever. It's not coming out to the fall, and it's very funny because I posted this like 2 weeks ago, and then earlier I thought, let me see if there's anything new about this. It's not on the Honeywell website. I could not find anything about it, so today I thought, let me just double check, and two things came up, and I thought, oh, someone's posted something. Two things come up, both of them on my website. So it turns out that Honeywell was showing this to very few people of the press, but it's a very clever idea, because at the hardware show, you always see the lighted screwdriver, and then we had the lighted wrenches from Hammaker Schlemmer.
I just bought a set of lighted tweezers.
Oh, that's very funny. I have those too. Yeah.
I picked them up for like $10, and they've got even had a little Swarovski crystal in it. So
oh, that's very funny. That's
but you hit it, and it puts out this incredibly bright white light right in the so when you use the tweezer, you really see what it is that
that's an excellent idea. But then Honeywell thought, well, you know what? Why don't we just come out with tiny little LEDs with a magnetic back? Yeah. So that you could then add it to pretty much any tool you wanted. You can add it to most scissors. You can add it to some keys. I actually put one on my door. I have a metal door. So I stuck it on the door facing down toward the where the key goes. And then there's a little on-off switch on the back, so you can add an LED light pretty much to anything that's magnetic. And the neat thing is they're going to be really inexpensive. There's a picture of the packaging on my website. The woman at Honeywell said it's not been totally approved yet, but she thought that there would be something like 3 for under $5.
Wow.
So that is pretty neat. And the batteries are not replaceable, but LEDs really don't require a lot of power. And I'm sure you're going to get a fairly long life out of each one of these little guys.
Yeah, that's another thing about the LEDs. They put this incredibly bright light, and they pull very, very little power. And of course, now we're seeing light bulbs. I mean, the big thing was this compact CFLs light bulbs.
Right.
But now the direction that we seem to be moving toward are LED light bulbs, because LED light bulbs will basically, you buy one and they last for like 100 years or some crazy amount of that, and they consume very little energy. They're very efficient. And and as with anything that's new, they're a little bit more expensive, but prices are coming down. I've seen the prices keep reducing, and they keep adding new features now. A lot of the LED light bulbs now are dimmable.
Yeah, which they weren't originally.
No. So they've added dimmable capability. Their energy. They're just energy safe. So in other words, you use very little power to
Yeah,
get
I think
light. Yeah.
I think it's 8 watts equals the output of the old 60 watt.
Yeah, exactly.
So they are really
very efficient.
efficient.
Extremely efficient, dimmable. They're coming in. They used to come in unusual shapes, with fins on them, and now they're just basically they look like an ordinary light bulb. I just got ones from GE that look like the candelabra bulbs.
Yes.
I got those, and they're dimmable, and they look like candelabra bulbs, but they're LEDs. So
nice.
Yeah. So we're seeing more and more of the form factors that they continue to become, and I think eventually, I think the bulb of the future is going to be our light source is going to be LEDs. I really do. I think that's what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Charles, I'm just kind of curious. Do you use energy bulbs of any sort or LED lights for your office or your home, or are you still using incandescents?
We've got incandescents at the office, but we've got LEDs in various places in the house.
Yeah.
Like our kitchen has LEDs. They're weird. They're like you're screwed if you ever go searching for one of them. By the way.
Oh, really?
Like if you go looking for them at like Home Depot or anything.
Yeah.
Like there are so many of them.
Yeah.
So many of them that it's genuinely you're like, oh man, which one is the right one and da 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 da. But my wife's got them in the kitchen, and these things are like micro spotlights. They're amazing. And then one of the guys in my office has this ridiculously bright LED flashlight. Like he tells you, do not look at the light on its full capacity. It will hurt. Yeah. And I thought he was joking one day, and then he was like, here, blam, blam, blam. I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had this on my rifle.
Yeah.
I want to put these things in my car so that I can see for weeks, for miles on end.
Well, they are now. That's an excellent point, Charles. Because in the automotive industry, LED lights are starting to appear in cars, and not only just for decorative, but in the actual headlights are now becoming LED lights. And in some of the instances, they don't make them really interchangeable because they're expected the LED lights are expected to last longer than the life of the car.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah. So LED lights really I think are making huge inroads into this. Anyway, we're talking to Dick DeBartolo, the Giz Wiz, and we've got some really cool things that he finds. What is this? Something called? I know they say play Misty for me, but what is this Misty? Or is it?
Yeah, this is it's the Mist Chaise Lounge.
Well, that's an exclamation point. I thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it's from a company called Ostrich Chair, and all the stuff I'm talking about is from a few days at the National Hardware Show. Mm-hmm. Early this month, and so this is a lounge chair for the backyard that hooks up to a garden hose, and it has 6 misting jets so that you can be cool in the sun, and they call it zone cooling. So if you want to be reading a book, you can shut off the 2 jets up by your head so you don't get your book wet. It also has, if you want to lay face down, you lift a little pillow, and then there's a pop-up headrest for you. Yeah. So you can not only you can rest your head that way, and also the guy said you could put the book under the chaise lounge. So while you're getting your back suntanned, and there's 2 places where your arms can go through to flip the pages of your book. So it's the ultimate way to lounge, be comfortable, and stay cool. And they said they're going to have limited amounts of them for this summer, and the full rollout is 2015. And they hadn't priced it, but it was they thought $179 to $199 would be the retail.
Sounds reasonable. So you're look, you're Mr. Gadget. I mean, you got all these great things, and yet you find all these. You love going to the things like this hardware show because you find. Well, I mean, what kind of things do you? I mean, do you find a lot of technology stuff there? I mean,
you know what? The hardware show. I love the hardware show because it's like 5 shows in one. There's a houseware section. There's a huge outdoor section, which is where I found the Chaise Lounge. They call it the tailgate section of the show. There's the garden part of the show where they have greenhouses and fountains. There's the Christmas part. And what I love is there's Inventors Row. Sometimes it's sad because I think people keep inventing the same thing over and over. Fortunately, now there's Google. So every year you go there, there are at least 3 people with some crazy way to hold a paintbrush. And what I fear is that they put their heart and soul and often a ton of money in it. But I've learned a lot over the years of being the GizWiz and working for a boating magazine, is that people are reluctant to change something that they know well. They're perfectly happy to hold a paintbrush. They know how to hold a paintbrush. They don't want a paintbrush on a spring. They don't want a paintbrush on a gooseneck that you can bend it around corners. You know, they're just happy with the way the paintbrush is now. So even though there was one year there was a guy who had all these great different brushes and they snapped into a single handle, but I didn't see him back again this year. I think that, you know, people are reluctant to change. But what I like about the hardware show is that I find things I didn't know existed, like that little LED light. Yeah. And then probably the next thing you're going to talk about, the rubber ducky thing. Yeah. I went by to the booth and I said, so what is the purpose of this? It's called Rubber Ducky and Friends, and it's 5 different shower wands as cute little animals. And he said, are you a parent? I said, not a parent. And he said, well, parents have a hard time the first time kids start using a shower head. They don't like, they're fearful of water pouring over their head. And when you're shampooing their hair, a lot of them panic when you take the shower head to rinse their hair off and the water goes pouring over them. So they invented these characters that not only are cute for the kid to hold and play with, but it comes with a water diverter so that when you hook it up, the parent's shower head stays where it is. The little diverter comes with a 6-foot hose that hooks up to the shower wand, and the pressure to the shower wand is reduced down to 1.5 gallons a minute, so that it's a very mild, slow flow. So it's fun for the kid and not traumatic. Yeah. And I thought, well, that's a good idea. And they're $25, and the kit comes with everything: the hose, even the plumber's tape, and the diverter. and quite frankly, I try to also show stuff that mom and pop people invented because they have no advertising budget. Sure. And if it's worthwhile, I'm happy to share it.
Well, that's cool. All right. Well, now this next thing I know Charles is going to absolutely love. This is Charles. You got to check this thing out. This is it's called the Skyrider UFO remote control helicopter.
Yeah, this is pretty neat. Now, I have to tell you,
what's that in the sky? It's a
UFO. I did not fly this. We did this on the GizWiz, and since Chad's in the main studio and has overhead cameras, he bought this. But he demonstrated it, and it's pretty nifty. So it's a helicopter that has a little LED system built into it. You can program it. It can remember 20 words. It can be up to 70 characters.
170
characters. Yeah, I'm sorry, 170 characters. And as it flies, you just hit the number of the word you want to show. And, you know, because your eye holds an image for a split second, it you can see it flying around, and Chad had programmed GizWiz and OMG Chad, flashing back and forth. I was number one and he was number two, and he just kept clicking between the two buttons. It was really great.
Does it require you to have some skill to fly, or is it just
you know what? It does. To be honest, it doesn't fly really well. And what was interesting was on Amazon, people were saying, "Oh, you hit something once, and you throw it away." And Chad had hitting the lights in the ceiling, bouncing it off the wall, and he would just fly it again in a minute. He did just take it out of the box, so he did not practice with it. All he did was program a few things into it. Comes with a very nice remote control, powered by 6 AAA batteries, which aren't included. But when I guessed the price, I shot very high. It's under $25 on Amazon.
Well, it uses this retinal persistence that we've seen a lot of clocks use them. They came out. So basically, you have a single row of LEDs, but then as it moves, the LEDs change the pattern, and it happens, in literally in microseconds. So you get this, even though there's only one set of LEDs.
Yes, you think you're seeing.
Yeah, a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Word exactly.
You're right. Now, if you like this effect and you want to do it even cheaper, if you look on Amazon, I'm sure they still sell them. You can just look for the LED fan, and they're probably about $7 to $8, and you can program a fan, which is pretty neat, and you just stand it on your desk, and the fan can do the same exact kind of messages.
Yeah. The fan doesn't fly.
and you don't have to worry about flying and hitting the ceiling.
But so today in technology, they have them where they have these remote control helicopters, where they really have perfected the technology where just anybody can literally fly them.
Oh, absolutely.
The stabilization, I've tried them. They're very easy to fly. You basically just go left, right, up, down. You don't have to worry about the trim and this and thing. It's all automated.
They're all stabilized. Yes.
You can make it stand still in midair just by letting go of the joystick, and it just wherever it was, that's where it stays. It's just they really stabilize them, and they're very relatively inexpensive. It looks to me like this particular one, they opted to not include that circuitry, but in lieu of the clever little messaging system that they have.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, but if don't let this discourage you. If you really want to get into RC helicopters, they really have some. They have them now that work with your iPad. You can literally control the flight by the way you tilt your iPhone or your iPad. They have cameras on them now, so you can actually see what they're seeing. And they're relatively inexpensive considering all the things they can do these days.
No, absolutely. There was one at Toy Fair that goes back home when it's 90% of the power is used up. It knows that it can get back home on the last 10%.
Now that's really nice.
And so if you're not paying attention to the power, it just says, "Well, I'm not going where you want to go. I have to go back to where you are because I need to be charged."
And it can find the charging base on its own like that. That is.
I don't think it finds the charging base. I think it just goes back and lands where you are, and you know that it came back because you have to charge it again.
That's very.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I think maybe the next level, it'll just go back to the charging pad.
Yeah. Well, those Roombas, I think now do that.
Yes, they do. They do.
Yeah,
the Roombas.
They go home.
Yeah, Charles, I'm surprised you don't have a Roomba.
No.
I know he doesn't dance. Roomba, Charles. Roomba, not Roomba.
No, not Roomba. The Roomba.
I have animals that'd be like, "What is this thing? Eat it!" Rah, rah, rah.
Those little robots.
I want one of these flying helicopter things, though.
Yeah, they are.
That's what I'm looking at on Amazon.
Yeah, they're inexpensive.
Well, I want to get one or two of them for marketing purposes, like have my company name just hovering above everyone else at a trade show.
Yeah, but they only fly for so long, then you have to recharge them again.
I'm cool with that. That's why we have two of them.
Okay, that's it. All right, we're at the bottom of the hour break. Dick DeBartolo, the Giz Wiz, is here with us. We're doing all the cool things that he finds. We're on the Blog Talk Radio Network, on the Boost Radio Network, and the IRN Radio Network. Be right back.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 120,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, Cover America Auto Care has announced revolutionary, inexpensive mechanical breakdown coverage that is now available to the general public to save consumers thousands on auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for drivers to call who own a vehicle that is less than 10 years old for a free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number is 800-483-2514. Drivers who are covered with this auto protection will not have to pay for a covered repair again. This is the auto coverage now sweeping across America at a fraction of what dealerships charge and is now available to the public by calling today. The number to call is 800-483-2514. 800-483-2514. That's 800-483-2514.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-866-663-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So, disable the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV right now to sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and up to 4 rooms. And there's no equipment to buy. That includes your free HD TV upgrade, your free DVR upgrade, and your free professional installation. And the best part, the pristine digital picture and sound. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. So, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. 1-866-663-MY-TV. Disable the cable, cut costs, and get more. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. 1-866-663-MY-TV.
Hi, this is Marty Winston for Computer America with a News Tips Bulletin review of Audio-Technica ATH M20X headphones. We've long respected Audio-Technica for the extraordinarily good quality of their full-size headphones, and their new ATH M20X professional monitor headphones are true to that heritage, even though they are among the least expensive. As monitor headphones should, these put an emphasis on transparency, not coloring the sound with the boomy bass boosts of so-called DJ headphones. We played back tracks spanning 60 years and could easily hear, for example, the notes from a single piano behind a big Dean Martin session. Bottom line, the audio transparency of the full-size Audio-Technica ATH M20X professional monitor headphones makes them a great choice for discerning on color detail in audio. This is Marty Winston at the News Tips Bulletin for Computer America.
Welcome back, and thank you for that one, Marty. I'm so glad you're not supporting Beats by Apple. I mean, by Dre, or whatever they're called now. Anyway, welcome back to the second hour of the Computer America Show. Craig and I are talking to our unpaid lackey, Dick DeBartolo, the Giz Wiz. Oh, who, by the way, Dick, I noticed something on your website.
Yes.
I went to gizwizbiz.com, and you have a notice up there that says somebody put up the wrong website. You should go to this website. Is there a reason you didn't 301 redirect gizwizbiz.com to
yes, so that
gizwiz.biz?
If people were looking for older gadgets, it would still all be there.
Ah, okay.
Only because all the past Gizwiz shows are still available online. So I just made it that everything before May 2009 is on that website, and everything after that is on the new Squarespace website.
Ah, okay. Okay, that's all I was saying.
Believe it or not, sometimes I go back there looking for. I do a thing called Dick's Gadget Warehouse, where I talk about gadgets of the past, and the perfect place for me to go is my own website from years and years ago. So that,
yeah,
things that were hit 10 years ago are really garbage now.
Like, we thought they were going to be cool, but not like
They were
BT
cool
Craig.
for their for the day. For the day you had them, they were cool.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, again, you can follow along with us if you go to gizwiz.biz and just click on the banner that says non-paid lackey fun on Computer America, and you can kind of follow along with us here. This is interesting. This next item is a paper pad that lets you make notes in the rain, in the surf, in the shower, pretty much any wet situation you can think of.
Yeah, this is really neat. So it's at the hardware show, and I'm walking along, and here's a display which has a bucket recycling water through a little old-fashioned faucet, but the pad is directly under the stream, and there's a pencil there, and you can scribble on the pad as the water's running over it. So I was really intrigued. And I talked to the guy, and the guy said, Dick, believe it or not, we've been doing this for, I think he said 50 years or 60 years, he said, but we did it for military, the police, and then this year we thought, you know, we should just let the general public know that we make all kinds of waterproof paper products, big pads and little notepads. You can write on any of them with a pencil. If you want to write in ink while you're in the shower, you need a waterproof pen, and they sell them for $9. But the pads themselves are, they start at under $5, and the company's called Right in the Rain, and it's fascinating, and they had bowls of water, and they give you a little piece of paper they had made up, where half the page is their paper, and the other half of the page is ordinary note paper.
Yeah.
And you put that in the water, and boy, you try to write it, and all it does is just immediately shreds the paper. But you can indeed write on the Right in Rain paper. It looks, if you handed someone a sheet of it, it feels a tiny bit thicker than paper would feel, but outside of that, it looks like an ordinary pad and is not too much more money than a regular pad. But it works. It's great.
When you go to their website and you look at it, you actually can see the water beading off the paper.
Yes, you can see that it is waterproof. It's amazing.
It is, and it's like ordinary paper. But I guess there are times and places where you want to take notes, and it's raining.
No, I'm going to keep one down on my boat, because occasionally you're making notes where you're running a test or something, and spray's coming over the side of the boat, and your notes normally would just get wrecked. So now you write on one of these things, doesn't matter. You're gonna get, when you take it inside, everything's still going to be legible.
Yeah, that's very cool. Now, this next one, actually, I've seen something similar to this. I've seen this before, although it's a little different. The one that I saw, this is called the Finder's Key Purse. The one that I saw was basically a little device.
Finder's Key Purse?
Yeah.
That's
that's a little play on words. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah. No, the woman there, she was just so nice. I just wanted to sort of help it. I said, "Is this? Did you invent this?" She said, "I did," but she said, "I invented this years ago, and I just keep going to shows to make people more aware of it. So it's not brand new, but she was so nice." Basically, it's a clever idea, especially for women. It's a little hook, decorative. They make plain ones with a little metal square on it or something for guys. But what you do is you hang your keys on it, and then you hang that at the edge of your backpack, or the woman hangs it so that the keys are down in the purse or in the canvas bag, so that when you want your keys, you know exactly where they are. They're at the end of the Finder's key purse, and they have not fallen to the bottom of the bag where you have to pretty much almost take everything out of the bag to get to your keys.
Yeah.
So it's a clever idea, and they
is it the same person? They had something very similar to this, but what you do is you would put you would use it to on the edge of a table, and then you can hang something. You could put your bag on the end of
You
it.
know what?
It's a
It's so
purse
funny
hook.
because Leo Laporte thought it was the dumbest thing I ever talked about. There was a company called Zelco. They might still make it, and they went a step further. They made it with an alarm, and I thought it was a great idea. Leo thought it was very stupid because it goes on the edge of a table and it's a hook, and when the woman puts her hook on it, then you click the little on switch. The weight of her purse keeps the alarm from sounding, but if she gets involved in talking to something and somebody just walks by and lifts the bag, the alarm will go off. And I thought that was a great idea when you're in animated conversation and you may not notice someone just grabbed your pocketbook. But it's not quite that. You couldn't do that with Finders Keepers because it's meant to go on the edge of a bag.
Yeah.
But you're right. There are companies making the other device to the edge of a table.
Oh, this is very, very cool.
Yeah.
Now, Charles, have you ever wanted to stick things to other things?
I plead the fifth on that because that makes no sense.
Yes, it does.
That just sounds like I'm walking into something.
Yeah. No. This is very clever. They're called glue dots. And this is especially great for back to school, where you want to put a poster up in the dorm room and you're forbidden to make holes in the wall. So glue dots, it's a little dispenser. You put it on the back of the poster and you just run it across the top of the poster. And as it rolls, it puts down these little glue dots. It glues it to the poster, and the back of it is sticky. So then you put the poster on the wall. And for that application, you would get glue dots removable. So at the end of the year, or if you change your mind and you want the poster someplace else, you take the poster off, and then you just roll your finger over the dots, and the dots just roll up, and they leave no residue. They also make 2-pound glue dots if you want to put something up on a wall and leave it there permanently, and then they make 8-pound glue dots if you want to put something a little heavier up. And someone said to me, this would be great in an area where there are vibrations or there are constant tremors from earthquakes. You could just put them under statues, under glasses, on a shelf, and just keep things from moving around. It's the ease of using it that I think is great, and the price is reasonable, $5.
They got so many things. They got craft glue dots, then you got mini glue dots, you got micro glue dots, ultra thin glue dots, pop-up glue dots, removable glue dots, permanent glue dots, poster glue dots, XL glue dots, XXL glue dots, and glue lines.
Yeah, so obviously they're doing very
glow-in-the-dark glue dots.
They're doing very well. They were at last year's show, but they had no product, and they were not shipping anything yet. So obviously, in the interim, it did make it into the marketplace, and they're doing very well.
Okay. Well, that's very good.
Yeah, it's clever. Gluedots.com is where they are.
Now, Charles, I don't know if your daughter is too old for this, but I guess they have to be as young as 4 years of age and they can have their own activity tracking bracelet.
Yeah, it's 4 to 7 years old. It's from Leapfrog, and if you know the name Leapfrog, they
make Leapfrog products.
Yeah, they do it, and they make tablets.
They make a lot of little kid stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And so now that parents are wearing activity trackers, they decided kids would probably like their own activity tracker. So they came up with Leap Band, and it's designed to encourage active play, and you feed your pet, and they've worked in some healthy eating habits, and it's I think kids are going to like it. Not outrageously expensive. Suggested retail is under $40. Bright colors for kids, green, blue, and pink, and coming out the end of August. So for what it is, I think it's very clever. A little built-in speaker. Then it comes with an app so the kids can see how the the kids are doing in their games. They can download new games, and I asked if there was a charge for the new games, and she said new games were free. I mean, that could change, but for now they are. So I thought it was a clever idea for kids who want to be like mommy and daddy and wear an activity device of some kind.
Interesting.
Well, Jordan's a little too old for that now, right? So
She is. Besides, I track her on everything else she does.
I'm sure she appreciates that, Joe.
Oh, she knows it too. She's like, she gets on her computer. She's like, I can't do anything. Daddy knows everything. Yes, I know all.
How is that to have your dad being, the certified ethical hacker, so that's it. The jig is up. You can't, you get busted too quickly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's not gonna have a very fun teenage years, because it's like I track everywhere you go, everyone you talk to, everything you do.
I hope she doesn't listen to this show.
No, I don't hide from her that I track her.
Oh, okay.
I don't at all. Like her laptop right now, if I really wanted to, I could fire up a terminal in SSH and see exactly what she's doing on her screen right now.
Wow.
But we have an understanding. Don't do anything stupid that's going to cause me to want to get on your computer. Because if it gets to that point, you're going to lose. Well.
Oh, okay.
And we can never find it then. All right. Well, this is again from coming from a lot of some of the hardware store, the show, the hardware show, and they're actually kind of interesting. Some of them are technology related. This one is kind of cute. It's called, for those of you who like Slurpees, this is called the Chill Factory.
The Chill Factory actually came from another show called Time to Play. And I was especially interested in Chill Factory because I did, I think it was called Ice Cream Magic. I don't know if you've seen the late night commercial for it. Mm-hmm. Well, Ice Cream Magic was kind of a nightmare. You had to freeze the device. You had to make sure all the ingredients were as cold as possible. You had to add ice cubes. If you wanted the ice cream to be made faster, you had to chop the ice up into and then it ended up making more like ice cream soup than ice cream. So I was interested to see how Chill Factory would work out, and I did a video on it, and I'm saying, it says you do this for 3 minutes. I'll do a cut here in the video so you don't have to be here for 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. But within the first minute, I had made a Slurpee. And it's very clever. So basically, there's no big mess. You put the Chill Factory in the freezer. There's gookum in the walls that freeze. Right. Then you pour liquid into it. You can pretty much make a Slurpee out of anything. Soda. I asked if diet soda was okay. Diet soda is fine. Make it out of
juice.
Juices, whatever you want, and it makes a Slurpee in easily a minute to 2 minutes, and then you pour it out, and it's really a Slurpee. It's $15, so if your kids like Slurpees, this could pay for itself rather quickly.
I would think so.
Yeah, and you could be using regular fruit juice instead of 90 kinds of sugar flavoring that you might get at the Slurpee place.
That is kind of interesting.
Yeah, and just for your own information, when I looked for it online, I could only find the Chill Factor, and I called the company and said, did someone rip you off? All I see is Chill Factor. And she said, you know what, I don't know the exact reason, but in Canada it's marketed as the Chill Factory, and in the States, it's the Chill Factor, but it's the exact same product.
They left off the Y.
Yeah, exactly.
And they can't figure out.
That's probably when they printed the labels.
They can't figure out why. Exactly.
Oh, that's fun. That's good. Well, let me write that down. That's the second funny thing in 15 years.
Okay, and Charles missed it.
No, I heard it. Just
he chose not to be entertained.
Man, I know Craig's funny looking. I mean, funny.
Oh, Oh, now getting back to computers, this is interesting. Acer this is something called the Acer switch. This is from the people who make Acer computers, and evidently it has magnetic appeal.
Yeah, this is very clever, and it's kind of fun at events sometimes to talk to the product manager, the person who actually worked on the product.
Mm-hmm.
So the Acer Aspire is a notebook tablet combination. There are a lot of those out on the marketplace, and my first question always is, what sets this apart from others? Right. So they showed me how clever it is. So you can have the display clicked onto the keyboard facing you, so it operates just as a little notebook computer would work.
Yeah.
You can pull it up, flip it 180, and as you bring it down again, the magnets catch the screen and pull it into alignment. And what was interesting was the gentleman saying how long it took them to get the right amount of magnetic pull. Too many magnets, it would just lock down anywhere on the case.
Yeah.
So you had to make it so that it would be attracted to the two magnets that it's supposed to hook to, and then they wanted it to have enough strength so that it didn't fall off. So he showed me you could click it on,
right,
and then you could actually lift the keyboard up from the screen because the magnetic attraction would hold it in place. Then if you want to take the screen off, just pull it up either from the right or the left and it clicks right off. So it's very clever. It was using one of the new Atom chips. It's I forgot what the total weight was. Oh, here it is.
6.2 pounds.
Yeah, and the best thing, $379. So a very, very aggressive price. It's a 10.1-inch screen, 1366 by 768 pixels, and one of the latest Intel Atom processors. I think it's the Bay Trail T quad core.
That is that. If it's Bay Trail, that's one of their Intel's processors that are really that does power management in a really exceptional way.
Yeah. So again, I guessed. I said, well, if it's what is it, 429, 450? He said no, 379. So that's pretty neat. And that's the Aspire Switch 10 is what that's called.
Now it uses IPS technology to provide a wide viewing angle up to 178 degrees, which I guess would be important, especially if you're using it like a tablet.
Exactly.
You don't have to look at it head on, which is nice. And it also now you said you didn't get a chance to try the Acer LumaFlex, which optimizes screen visibility during outdoor activities.
No, because this was at a press thing, and there were three of them sitting on a table, and each one of us got like 3 or 4 minutes to play with it and switch the screen around, but it was enough to. And the build is nice. I think the center of it, I think the keyboard was probably plastic, but the outer case was aluminum, which I thought was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
I thought it was a good value.
And then this other one I want to mention here is obviously we're coming into warm weather time now. We're coming into the summertime and everything, and you found some fun stuff from the Time to Play magazine press event. You go to a lot of these events.
You know what? I spend a lot of time at events because I try to find the unique stuff. So, someone said, are you going to the Surface event with Microsoft? And I said, no, because everybody's going to that. And there'll be 90 reviews of that stuff online. So, yeah, I do try and find the unusual stuff. And there's a company called Fuse. And again, the woman was showing me something called Wheel Rider. Where as you pedal, it makes all different designs. You can make up your own designs or their pre-programmed designs. And I said, does it do anything different because I've seen this before? And she said, well, it comes with a free speedometer, and it reads out your mileage in lights on the wheel.
And not only is it mileage, but they're large block letters. So
yes, yes,
really big block letters.
Yeah.
So you're seeing like, for example, 29 and big numbers, two-digit numbers, and then there's mph, miles per hour. So and you wouldn't think that it would be able to do that, but it is. You know,
No, yeah, it's very and very reasonable. $20 is the list price, and I have a link there. When I checked on Amazon, it was down to $18.47, and it comes with an app. You use the app to make the designs. Then the app sends it to the LED device that attaches to your wheel. It's very clever.
Yeah, very clever and very sophisticated for $20. I mean,
yes,
where we've come with technology, because something like this 15, 20 years ago, you know,
it would have been $100.
Yeah, even more. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, now I've seen similar things like this for automobiles too. But they've got, you know, some guy
for an automobile, it'd be more than $20.
Yeah, I saw some guy who was driving a foreign exotic car. It was either a Lamborghini or something, and then all four of his tires had something similar to this.
Oh my word!
That were just, I mean, it's not that a Lamborghini isn't, you know, gaudy or ostentatious. You've got to add 4 lighted tire rims that are going to do this stuff.
Does one of them say, "Look at me, look at me"?
What?
You wouldn't have LED lights on your thing?
What did you say, Charles?
You wouldn't have LED lights on your. Didn't you have a Ferrari?
No, I had a Lotus.
Lotus. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I would not put electronic wheel rims on it. No, I wouldn't.
It's not electronic wheel rims. They're just lights.
No, they're not, and they flash and they have patterns. And
oh yeah.
And the guy I saw was driving in the video. You know, it said he had captions that would come up, said, can I have your phone number? You know, things like that.
Yeah, you program them. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, as I say, you're not attracting enough attention to just driving one of these cars that you have to add these things. It was just.
I want the one that says gangsta. That's what I want.
So you have a couple of other ones here.
For very young kids, very young kids will love it for the back of their bike. It's called the Bike Bubbler, and it attaches directly under the seat post. And as you pedal, you'll be shooting a stream of bubbles out the back, so you have a long stream showing where you've been. That's also $20.
They have a version for the car, Charles. You can put that in the back of one of your cars. So wherever you go, you shoot a little thing.
Actually, I'm looking at this fused light up Bike FX thing. I want to see if I can adopt it to my car.
Oh, I bet you could. Yeah, that's another kit that they make where you can outline the bike in this glowing tubing.
Yeah,
I bet you could do that on your bike.
Sure, I bet so.
I would totally put this on either my motorcycle. This would look sick on my motorcycle.
I can see.
Oh, wait a minute! I gotta find out where I can buy this. They've got Amazon on here.
Yeah. Hey, Dick, we only got another minute. Tell us about what's coming up with you and Mad Mag.
Oh, okay. Let's see. The next Mad magazine will be out in about a week or two. In that, I have ways the Pope is reining in cardinals so that they don't spend too much money on their housing. You know, that whole scandal thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you may have a hot tub or a spa, not both. If you have a water fountain on the lawn, it must contain holy water. You know, all weird devices.
9 seconds.
Oh, yeah, the Gizwiz goes on. We just finished, I think, show 1680.
Oh my God!
I know, so it's a lot.
Congratulations to you.
Yeah, thanks. And World News now on ABC.
Excellent. And stay with us to the end for our little after show.
Okay.
Nick, okay. So coming up tomorrow night, back from Helsinki, is David Perry. He's going to be joining us, and David is now with a company called F-Secure. David is
60 seconds.
a malware expert, antivirus, and he's back from Helsinki. He's going to talk about he's the new spokesperson for F-Secure, and he'll have product to give away on the show. That's going to be a lot of fun. So please join us. He'll be with us for both hours on tomorrow night's programs. Got lots to talk about. David Perry, longtime friend of the Computer America Show, back with us, and we look forward to having him here. Again, that about wraps it up. If you're watching us on our video stream, we'll be on for a couple of minutes after the show, so please stay with us. And we will see you tomorrow night. So until tomorrow night, this is Craig Crossman hoping that your hard disk
never becomes floppy.
Yes, that's it.
10 seconds.
We will see you tomorrow night.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right, and there we go. And again, thank you so much for watching us here on our live video streaming page, brought to you by Otherworld Computing. And we will hopefully see you all here tomorrow. All right.
I am so buying these wheel riders for my motorcycle.
Good.
Like I'm on Amazon reading the reviews right now. They are mine.
How much are they?
Let's get back. Skyfuse.
Probably not that much, right?
$18. They're $18.
Cheap.
Yeah, I'm buying a set of 4 because they're only on one side.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna buy 2. Well, I want to buy 2 just for the back wheel and see what that looks like, and then we'll see what happens because I do a lot more than 10 miles an hour.
All right, everybody.
Okay, very good.
All right, we'll say
see
goodnight.
the end of June.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
we'll see you in June, and thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.